Hi, I'm Matthew Gutierrez, the Director of Human Resources with the Little Elm Independent School District. In Little Elm ISD, we believe in the power of leadership. The most important leadership comes in the form of a teacher leading students in every one of our classrooms. These men and women are the front lines of our classrooms each and every single day in Little Elm ISD. Here's an inside look at each of our 8 campus Teachers of the Year. These men and women are on the front lines of our classrooms every single day in Little Elm ISD.
As far back as I can remember, I've always wanted to be a teacher. Growing up, I would make my brother and sister play school with me and line them up and walk them down the hallway of our house and make them play with me. So I can't imagine doing anything else than working with children and helping them learn and grow. But if I'm going to spell cube, what letter should I put right here? I think it's neat just to see the growth of the kids. Within the 1 year, just seeing how far some of them can make it, and know that they're going to be successful and continue to grow long past anything that I've done with them. We want them to find the joy in learning, and that it sparks something in them and they want to continue seeking out knowledge. But I also really want to instill in them compassion, for other people and other things of this world, and helping take care of one another and become good citizens in our society. Second grade is the place to be. They love you. They're independent enough, that they want to do things on their own, which I think is fantastic. But they still think I'm just this genius. But they definitely still rely on me to guide them through a lot of things. And so I just think it's the perfect age. I think it's the best. It's the best of both worlds. Their independence, but still depending on you. Little Elm is special to me because it's been my entire teaching career. I've had the privilege of watching it grow. And we were just this small little town, with just a couple of schools. We're growing. It's kind of neat to be a part of the change, to see where we've been and to also get to be a part of where we're going. So I think that's pretty exciting. I think I have the best team around me, and not just my team, but there are some people in the school that I think are just amazing, and they're here for the children and what's best for them. And so I think all of them have an impact on my class as well, and not just me, but I think it's definitely a team effort. I can go to anybody here and ask for advice or help with something, and their door's always open, and they're willing to help out in any way that they can. I have high school students now that come back and say hi to me and, thanks, or, just want to hug me, and I just think that is amazing. And that makes me a little teary to think about, but I think it's so awesome to have the kids coming back, because then I feel like, okay, maybe I made a difference in their life or influenced them in some way.
I've been a teacher for 4 years. I started off at Brent, and then I moved to Zellers, so I've been here 3 years. Zellers is a great place because of the family environment that we have. Every teacher cares for everybody else, whether it's on your grade level or not. Everyone is genuinely caring about you and your kids and how you can help anybody. You can ask anybody anything walking down the hall and they will help you. It's a very friendly, family-friendly atmosphere. I didn't start off wanting to be a teacher. I started off going to nursing school, and I volunteered at my kids' school, and I did the first semester in nursing school and realized I can't be at school all day with the kids if I'm nursing. So I switched careers and did education instead, and it has been fantastic since then. Just the rewarding aspect of it with the kids learning and getting all excited about science and learning new things and having them discover on their own. I think that's what I like the best, to see the excitement that they have when they finally figure it out. I love science. I think it's great. I didn't start out wanting to be a science teacher. I wanted to be a kindergarten, first grade teacher because I thought it'd be great. I love 5th grade. They're very independent. And science is a lot of fun. You can do a lot of things with science. You can do lots of hands-on things. You can do computer things. There's lots of projects, lots of things involved that the kids like to see, and they all love science. So it does make for a fun class, fun day. So I love science. I try to do things even in the summer on my own and go to museums and do things so I can come back to class and go, hey, guess what I learned this summer? Or guess what I did over the weekend? The role of a teacher, I believe, is to guide students. I know they like to find things out on their own, but I think a teacher doesn't necessarily have to stand up and drill and drill and drill. I think a teacher is more of a facilitator, a guide to help the students learn on their own. Science is very much exploratory, and we do lots of hands-on things, and they need to figure out how to do those things on their own. I can guide them, but I want them to come to the conclusion at the end. Because in my eyes, if they come to the conclusion by themselves, they're going to learn it more than me standing up talking and telling them all day long what energy is. But if they come to the conclusion on their own, they'll remember it better. I love everything about teaching. I love getting notes from the kids and hanging them on the wall. And there's days that you just have the worst day ever, and you get a note from that kid at the end of the day that says you're the best teacher ever. And it just makes it all the better.
I probably teach because I love school from my very first day of kindergarten. I think I knew when I walked into kinder I was going to be a teacher. Yeah, I did. Love everything about it. Love the crayons, love the glue, love everything about school. I kind of stumbled onto Little Elm when we moved from Florida. And I came here and I loved it, and here I sit 13 years later. I've been here at Brent for a long time, and I think Brent's special because we're like a family. We've come now from many different schools back to Brent. And now that we're here, we've bonded and we've become a family because we are from so many different places. I'm the ESL facilitator. My job is to teach English to second language learners. I get small groups in. We work together just about daily. And it's nice that we stay together. Some kids are with me from kinder to 5. So I get a chance to build that relationship, and we love each other. It was one of the world's most important discoveries. Oh, now I'm thinking about that paper they made in Vacation Under the Volcano. What kind of paper was that?
Scroll.
Scroll made out of?
Papyrus.
Papyrus. Good for you. Oh, good for you. I see it as you're everybody. You're the educator, you're the mom, you're the friend. You're there to guide, not even discipline. It's be their conscience sometimes when they don't know what to do. It doesn't stop at the ABCs. After doing this for so long, and I'll cry now, I'm amazed at what happens to them over the years. Thanks to Facebook, I keep in touch with kids over the years and who becomes a teacher and who's in the service, who invites me to their wedding. It's their, it's their impact. It's just amazing what they turn into. The kids make it worth it. You see them grow, you see them change. You see, especially for me, over time, you just see so much growth. And they come to you and they love you every day.
I have been at Little Elm for, I think this is my 10th year. I decided to go back to work. My kids were growing up, and this is one thing that I've always wanted to do, was to teach. I fell in love with Little Elm 10 years ago when I came for an interview. This Hackberry to me is very family-oriented, and I subbed in Frisco, and I subbed all through Little Elm, and this was just a place that felt like home to me. And it's just somewhere that I think that I need to be. This is my home, this is my family. The teachers and the students, as well as the administration, make it feel like you're a part of something. I love the opportunity to hang out with students and be able to see what they can do every day. I like to push them as far as I can with creativity and learning experiences that will help them in the future and see what they can get from it. At the beginning of the year, we struggle with reading so much, and by the end of the year, they are just going with the reading. It's so exciting. That is one of the reasons I think that I like to teach, is probably the most important is to see the difference from the beginning to the end, and watching these kids that struggle so hard and for them to finally find out something that they can do and do it well. And that to me is one reason why I like to teach, is I like to see the excitement from the students. The role of a teacher is a jack of all trades. We do anything, we do everything. But I think the most important thing that we do as a teacher is unique learning experience with creativity and fun, and wanting them to come back every day is my role, so that I can get them ready to be good, honest citizens. I think this is where I was meant to be. As much as I would like to every once in a while say that I would like to try a different grade level, I don't know that I could do it, because I just feel like this is where I need to be. What? Why? Lee. Okay, now read it fast so that everybody can hear.
I work on the city budget.
And there are so many memorable things from students that are now walking in 8th grade. They said, Miss Graves, we just thought you were always so tall. Well, no, back when you were in first, I was tall. And they said they would sit in the desk, you know, and they can't even fit in the desk, or they touch the top of the whiteboard. And now they're in 8th grade, and to see them such great, fantastic young adults still here in the Little Elm School District, to me is wonderful. I can't even imagine all the memories that I have. They just continue daily. Just one little thing of learning to tie your shoe. Or one student who just said, I can't, and who finally gets it. I mean, that is probably one of the biggest memories ever, is to have one, and that's the reason why I teach, is for that moment just to go, you know, it feels so good. But I can't pull out one special one. They're all special. They all do wonderful things. The students here are fabulous. Really and truly, if I had to go, I don't know that I could go anywhere else. This would be like, this is my home.
I knew all along that I wanted to be a teacher. When I was a little girl, even 5 and 6 years old, I was always wanting to go and help with the nursery or help with different things, like when I was going through school and at church. And so I've always had a passion for working with kids. And I remember in 5th grade, at our 5th grade graduation, we had to write a star and tell what you wanted to be. And I remember, like, I have this picture, this really awful picture of me standing there with my star saying I wanted to be a teacher. So it's always been something that I wanted to do. I started teaching in Tennessee, and I moved here to be close to my family. And my nieces and nephews have grown up in Little Elm ISD, and so I wanted to be a part of that Lobo family. And so I have been here this is my 4th year in Little Elm ISD. I started off teaching in 5th grade and liked it a lot, and did not realize how much I loved 3rd grade until I've been in 3rd grade the past 2 years. And I just love this age group, and I love their spirit. It just makes every day really fun. I love Lakeview Elementary because we have a really great mix of people here. The students come in, they're eager to learn. They love to learn in new and different ways. The parents are awesome. They're very supportive. They are on board with the things we do and want to encourage teachers and students alike to just do their best stuff and to do different things all the time. And of course, I love all the staff that's here. We really are like a big family, and everybody works together professionally and personally. They are there for you whenever you're having hard times, or and they're there to encourage you when you're having a bad day. And it feels like home. I love it. I think that's just one of the most rewarding things about being a teacher, is that you come in and all these kids are on such different levels and they're all over the map, and to get a chance to work one-on-one, whether it's in the classroom, in small groups, or when I'm seeing these kids after school and before school, and just getting to figure out who they are and what they like to do, and then watching them grow so much throughout a year. It's just, that's what makes it all worth it anyways. And it's just fun to get to be a part of that kid's success, and to really be their cheerleader, and to watch them overcome those hurdles that they've been struggling with for so long.
A combination of two or more substances that do not form a new substance but maintain their original physical properties. What do you call it when I put two or more things together and I stir it up? Yep. So which one of these says mixture?
This one.
Good job.
To see the kids in here learning every day and having a good time, and to see those aha moments, it just makes it all worthwhile. And I just don't even want to do anything else. It's just what makes it fun.
After graduating from Texas A&M University, I went into the telecommunications field where I was there for 5 years. I decided to do a career change into teaching. The reason I did that, I felt that I was more apt to helping others, and especially children, and that's what I've been doing now for the last 10 years. This is my second year in Little Elm ISD, and it's really a family atmosphere. Everyone looks out for everyone, and the support is tremendous. Good, that's what I want to hear. Get out. The role of a teacher is a leadership role. It's to teach students how to be leaders, prepare them for our technological world today, be a mentor. We are the parents away from home. Pretty much, do what the parents, and along with teaching, supporting the students in everything they do. Not only be a leader, but also mentor them to be leaders and be more of a facilitator and see them take that leadership role. And not one person can do it on their own. Like when I have my parent conference, I was telling them, it's not me, myself, it's myself, it's the student, it's the community, the administrators, it's teamwork. That's what gets everything resolved and helps students grow. You don't go into teaching for the monetary paycheck. You do it for the gratification of helping the children. I love creating new ideas and problems so students could learn to problem solve and be more effective in our world today.
I got into teaching because my grandmother and my mother and my aunts and uncles were all teachers. This is my 13th year at Little Elm, and I've taught 5th and 6th grade history, and this year I'm the ESL teacher at Lakeside. Well, I originally chose Little Elm because my kids were enrolled here. The thing that I love most about Little Elm is the diversity. I don't think many towns have as much diversity as we do, and I love that you can go into a room and there's all different kinds of people. I have 2 sons that teach here at Lakeside with me, Blake Jameson, and he teaches 7th grade Texas history, and Ben Jameson, and he teaches 7th grade math.
I think she's a great teacher. The relationship that she's able to build with kids amazes me. How many kids you'll just stop in the grocery store or wherever we're at, she's getting stopped and hugged by kids from all the different ages for however long she's been here. They always stop and want to talk to her and see how she's doing, and that just is a representation of the kind of relationship she's built with them.
Kids that had her last year say we have similar styles, so that's cool to know that, she was a great teacher in history, and then I have a similar style to her, and the kids enjoy the class, so that's good.
What I love best about Lakeside is and Brent too, when I was there, is my relationship with my coworkers. Obviously I have 2 sons, so my relationship is very deep with them, but I can't imagine a day without them because they make my job easier, and I hope that I make their job easier. I think there's something special about all of my kids. When I see that light bulb moment when it turn on, and I know that they've gotten a concept that was hard, or even reached out and built a relationship with somebody who doesn't have a relationship in class, and I see that often. That to me are the special moments. That's why I do what I do. When I get the hugs in the hall, and those kids know that I care.
I started teaching because I'm really passionate about history, and I wanted to be able to share information. I'm really good at taking complex ideas and explaining them in ways that's easy to understand. And so all my friends were like, you should be a teacher, you should be a teacher. And I thought I was going to be, work in a museum, or I didn't know what I was going to do, but I didn't plan on being a teacher. And then I taught my first course when I was working on my master's degree, and loved it. And so I taught college for 3 years at Texas Women's University, and then started teaching here about 5 years ago. Little Elm was like our academic rival when I was in high school. I went to a high school close to here, and this school was known for their UIL academics, and anytime we competed against Little Elm, they always beat us. And so I knew that there was a good reputation and a legacy of high academic achievement in this school, and so I wanted to be a part of that, definitely. And it still felt like a small town. I think that it has a lot to do with the fact that it's a tight-knit community, and there are people who've lived in this community for generations. And we have teachers here that went to high school here, and teachers that have been here for 20-something years. And I think that's important. It says a lot about this town and this school. This is the most difficult job that someone can have, and you have to love it because it's exhausting and it's taxing mentally, physically, And I think that the most important thing about being a teacher is that I think it's important for students to feel safe and for them to feel that you understand them, and not like we're buddies, but in a way that's like, I understand that you have a life outside of school. And you really have to struggle these days to help students see why they even should learn these things, especially like right now, we're talking about Native Americans in the Gilded Age. I made them all take Post-it notes and put their why, like, why are we learning this? And why are we showing our art to other people? What do we hope that they're going to get from this? And really try to make those connections. I think that's really challenging as a teacher, but it's important. It's important for them to see that this matters, and that this is not something that they're just going to study, take a test, and leave, and that it's not important. The best part of it is to be able to have students come back to me after years, and they don't say, well, thanks for helping me pass a test or this or that. They say, thank you for helping me understand the world, or changing my perspective on this, specific topic. And that always has a really profound impact on me when I have these students say that you helped me change my way of thinking or expand my intellect. One in particular said that, she was in an English class, and she's listening to the professor, and she's starting to write this paper, and all she could think about was how I had pushed them in class and how I made them proofread, and I taught them how to be proud of what they did. And so, not only just teaching them about history, but also teaching them to not settle for a B, or, to really push themselves and get the best product that they can get. And then she also brought up specific things about feminism and things like that that I don't remember even saying. It was just kind of a side conversation, and that had a really profound effect on her. And she was like, I learned to love myself how I am because of what you said. And I think that's crazy that you don't even realize how you're impacting people, and until something like that happens, and you're like, I didn't even know, I didn't set out to change her life, I was just being me, and and she got something from that.
We are proud to be home to some of the finest educators across the state of Texas. Thanks to these outstanding individuals, the students of Little Elm ISD are empowered to be leaders. On behalf of our entire school district, I'd like to thank our teachers for the work that they do every single day for our community's young students.